Nails, and today we're going to destash my red nail polish. If you're not sure what's going on, you can go ahead and click the link down in the description where I explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So I'm just going to jump right in and start picking what goes and what stays. Whew. This is really hard for me. I love red nail polish. I love it, as you can see by the amount that I have. So I think I'm going to start by going through and just picking ones that I absolutely have to keep. You know, if all of my nail polish were to disappear tomorrow, what are the ones that I would absolutely have to replace? So just looking at this, I can see two right away. The first is this one. This is 5 Apples Tall from the OPI Hello Kitty collection. So that's just, it looks really cute on me. And the other one is this one. This is Too Too Hot by Essie. Too Too Hot was actually the very first color I bought from Essie. And this is my second bottle, and I have another one in backup. That's how much I love this. Another one that I would keep would, I think, be An Affair in Red Square by OPI. I have this one, and I have I'm Not Really a Waitress, which are really similar, but I'm Not Really a Waitress has more of a blue undertone, while An Affair in Red Square has more of a gold undertone, and the gold undertone just looks a little bit better on my skin tone. So they're both great polishes, but I'm going to pass on I'm Not Really a Waitress to someone I know will appreciate it. Okay, so I think those are my 3 absolute, the world is ending, I have to grab what I can nail polishes. So let's just go through and start picking what goes and what stays. Just looking, I have these 2 from Crabtree and Evelyn. Crabtree and Evelyn has like surprisingly good nail polish. Like, you wouldn't think they would, being a company that just sells like old lady scents and body powders. But their nail polish is actually really beautiful. So I have this one here. This is Pomegranate. And this one is Cranberry. I'm definitely going to keep those. They're great. My 2 from A. England. This is Rose Bower and Briar Rose. Holographic red. What more could a girl want? On that same note, I'm also going to keep this one from Beyond the Nail. This is Infrared. It's more orangey red as opposed to the ones from A. England. So I'm going to keep that. What else? What would I absolutely have to keep? Okay. This is Romantically Involved from OPI. I like that when I'm in the mood for a more brick sort of tone. Here's one that I think can go. This is Fat Santa. You can see just how long this has been in my collection by how gunky it is. I've had this a long time. I really loved it when I first got it, but I have other ones that I love a lot more now, so I'm going to pass that one on. Okay, I think we're just going to have to do double. Okay, so here's one I'm going to keep. This is Ladybird from Butter London. That's another really sort of bright red, orangey red that I love. Here's Adventure Ready. This is a nice classic red, but I only need 1 classic red. So I'm going to put that to the side, and then I'm going to do sort of a battle of the reds at the end. Here's another one that can go with that. That's Forever Yummy. That can go with that as well. Here is Coca-Cola Red. That is great. Do I need Coca-Cola Red and Ladybird? They're so similar. Let's test this out. There's a reason I put some craft paper down. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to keep Coca-Cola Red and pass on Ladybird because Coca-Cola Red is just a little bit more opaque, which is more my speed. So here's another classic red. I like that. I'm going to put that in the possibles pile here. Here's one that can go. This is Hip Anima or Heap Anima, however you want to say it, from Essie. I'm going to let it go. I bought this because I thought it was pretty similar to Too Too Hot, but it's way more sheer and a lot more orange, so. Ooh, here's one I really like. This is Rocket from Orly, so that's going to stay. It's got this really pretty, almost sort of duochrome shift. It's kind of purple in some light, goldish in others. It's great. Here's another classic red. This is St. James Street, or St. James, sorry, from Nails Inc. So we'll put that off to the side. Here's one that I know can go. This is Go Go Girl, but I have better polishes in similar tones, so that can go. Here is Pam from MTL Creations, or My True Love Creations. This is really pretty. I haven't really given it enough of a shot, even though I've had it for like 2.5 years. I think I'm going to have another box. I'm going to make another box. We're going to call it the holding pen. And that's where I'm going to put my nail polishes that I haven't really tried enough to make up my mind about. So I'll put them in there, I'll use them a little bit more, and then make up my mind as to whether or not they go in the collection or not. So they can just live in limbo for a little while. Here's Waka Waka. This is sort of a really nice cranberry red with a very subtle shimmer to it. And I have a real sentimental attachment to the Muppet collection, so I'm going to keep that. Here are a few really similar polishes. I have Santa Read My List, Infrared, and Define Good by China Glaze, and then Ruby with a Cause from Sephora by OPI. I know right away I'm going to get rid of Ruby with a Cause because it's just too blue. It doesn't look great on my fingers. And of these, how similar are they? Woo. So that's like really metallic. This one, not as metallic. That one can go. And Define Good. Okay, so of those, well, they're not really that similar. This one's like almost kind of holographic, and this one's a really cranberry tone. But I have another cranberry tone that I'm keeping, the Crab Chain Evelyn one, so I'm going to get rid of Define Good and keep Santa Read My List. Okay, some more cranberry-esque polishes. That can go. I don't like that. That's Skyfall. That's never looked great on me. Okay, so here we have cranberry tones. Here is Quarter of a Century from OPI. I do like that one. And here's Chick Flick Cherry. I may end up keeping them both because I know one dries a lot darker than the other. Here is Mary Berry from China Glaze. Yeah, I can get that. I'd rather keep this one. This is Quarter of a Century over Define or Mary Berry, and they're nearly identical. And here's Velvet Bow, which I think is very similar to Mary Berry. Yeah, so that can go as well. And then this one from Deborah Lippman. This is Jessa from the Girls Collection. I'm gonna get rid of it because I don't like Deborah Lippman polishes. I just don't like the formula. There's something about it that just rubs me the wrong way. Okay, so even though they look kind of similar, I am going to keep Quarter of a Century and Chick Flick Cherry just because they are a little bit different and they are two of my favorites. Here's one I haven't made up my mind about. I got this back in March, so I haven't had it too long. This is Wine O'Clock by Cosmetic Arts. I'm going to put this in the holding pen, and it can... I'll give it a shot and see if I like it. Here's A to Zurich. I just don't wear this because when I'm in a mood for this color, I usually pick up one of the cherries from OPI. Okay, here I have Cinnamon Sweet, which I'm definitely going to keep. It is a great classic lipstick red. And fun fact, this is the shade that Haley Atwell wore in the Agent Carter series. So, nerd alert. Stop That Train. If I remember, this one's pretty sheer. And it's really a lot more orange when it dries. So I'm going to pass that on. It's just not my thing. Here's another one I'm going to pass on. This is Ragdoll from Smackers, and I'm not even going to lie, I bought like 3 of these from the Tsum Tsum collection just because they had the little characters on top. So I think I bought this one, the one with Jack Skellington, and the one with Maleficent on it, and I don't think I'm going to keep any of them just because the formula is really terrible, and I don't need a polish just because it looks cute in the bottle, right? Here's one someone gave me for my birthday this year. I haven't really made up my mind about it. It's from The Balm. It's called Candy Apple a Day. It's got a really cool shift to it, but I haven't tried it enough to decide if I like it, so I'm going to put it in the holding pen, and I'll give it a shot. Here's one that can go. This is from Cosmic Colors. If I come across any other Cosmic Colors, I am going to be getting rid of them because they're awful. They're from the, you can get them at the Dollarama up here, and they just smell terrible. They smell like burning vinyl, and it's not a nice smell. Here is Hey Sailor from China Glaze, and even though this is pretty similar to Cinnamon Sweet and what was that other one I grabbed? Oh, Coca-Cola Red. I love it. It still makes me really happy when I see it and when I try it on. So I'm going to keep it, but I think I may put it in my backup so that when I run out of Coca-Cola Red, I'll just pull this one out. So keeping it, but it's not in my regular collection. So I'm not going to be seeing it every time I go and decide what color I want to wear. Here's one that can go. This is Chocolate Kisses. I think it was supposed to be brown, but it ends up just looking red on my skin tone, and I don't like it, so I'm going to get rid of it. Here's another one I haven't had very long, so I haven't made up my mind about. This is Beam Me Up from the Essence Out of Space Stories. I'm going to put that in the holding pen until I can make up my mind about it, but I don't think I'm going to keep it because it is pretty similar to the A. England one. I think it was Briar Rose. But I'll give it a shot. Like, I'll give it a fair shot. I paid for it, so. Here's Just Be Claws. I'm going to let that go. I have other ones that are similar, and someone else can enjoy it. Here's another one that can go. I don't even know who makes this. So, it can go. Here's Double Breasted Jacket from Essie. I'm gonna let it go. You know, I just don't reach for this particular tone, like, ever. Even though I'm not really keeping anything like it. I don't actually remember the last time I wore this, so I'm gonna pass it on. Here's one from The Balm. This is Strawberry Fields Forever. And it looks really nice. I haven't tried it enough to decide if I want to keep it, so I'm going to put it in the holding pen as well. Here's one from the Spider-Man collection from Revlon from like 6 years ago, or 3 years ago. I don't know, it was a while ago. So Spidey Sense, it's got this really cool orange to pink shift. Did I keep anything like it? Not really, so I'm going to hold on to it because I haven't kept anything quite like it. Here is another sort of cranberry shade. This is from the Revlon Color Stay. See, here's my problem. I actually really like the Revlon Color Stay formula. It actually does last longer than typical on my nails. I'm just not super wild about the brush for this, like this particular shade. This is an older one, so the brush is a little different now. So I think I'm going to pass this on, but if you've never tried the Revlon Color Stay, give it a shot. It's actually really awesome. The top coat from this line is my absolute favorite top coat. Here's Animalistic from the OPI Muppets collection, which, as I said before, I have a sentimental attachment to this collection, so I'm going to keep this, and I actually have a backup of this. That's how much I love it. Here is Germanicure by OPI. I'm going to keep this because it is really unique. It goes on my nails, like, it looks really dark, but because of that sort of gold amber shimmer, it brightens it up, which looks really great on my super pale skin tone. So I'm going to hold on to that. It's a really unique shade. What's this? Oh, Raspberry by Essie. I do like this one when I'm in the mood for a more berry tone, so I'm going to keep that. That's the one sort of berry tone I reach for. Here is Scarlett O'Hara, and these two are kind of similar, but this one is holographic, whereas this one is not. I'm going to keep it, but I'm probably going to do another destash in a couple of months where I get, like, I cut more. So this may not last for long, but I'm going to keep it for now. Okay, here is Beguiling Carmine. That can go. It's from Nubar. I'm just not a fan of the color. Here's Grave Mistake from Orly. It's like a blood red, and I've got other colors that give me a similar effect, so I can just get rid of that. And here's The Spy Who Loved Me, which looks really pretty, but it is a complete brat to remove, so I'm not going to keep that. Okay, and here we go, the lipstick reds. I'm going to keep See It Jane's because it is the brightest of the four. Adventure Ready, Red Pillar Box, or Pillar Box Red, and Forever Yummy. I'm going to get rid of Forever Yummy. Adventure Ready and Pillar Box Red. How do they compare to each other? Okay. Let's see. Oh, wow. The camera may not be picking it up, but they are pretty different. This one is a very cool undertone, and this one's a much more red undertone. So I'm going to go ahead and keep them both, just because they do have those, even though they look pretty similar in the bottle, they do have really different undertones, and that'll really, my skin picks up on undertones really, really well. So I'm going to keep those. So let's count up what I am keeping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I'm happy with that because I know I had something like 56 to start with. So more than half gone, which I'm really pleased with, especially for the reds, which I knew was going to be a really hard one for me. So hopefully the next bin, which I think is going to be the pinks, I'll be able to get rid of even more. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see some more D-Stash videos, please subscribe. See you next time.